So I'm here at the absolutely fabulous Piano Works, listening to some of the ambience that is beyond me here. Now, this is a place for lovers and friends. Someone that can call someone up and say, "Darling, are you free tonight? Would you like to come with me and share a drink?" Now, I like to share a Dom Perignon with the fabulous Brooke, but tonight this is about the lovers, this is about the friends, and this is about the ambience. Now, looking around the room, you can absolutely see there is some sort of romance created right here, right now. We are witnessing it right here, right now. Now, you can see even the fabulous friends there. There's some sort of ambience around that table. You can see it. It's fabulous. Now, these are the things that we like to see when we are out listening to the fabulous music, listening to the fabulous artists that are absolutely fantastic. This is fabulous concoction, some sort of lime and cranberry, one of my favourites, one of my top 5 at least. This is a fabulous drink. I may have at least 2 or 3 more, but I don't want to get too carried away, you know. I definitely think you should definitely visit the Piano Works in Farringdon. It's a place I'm going to go. I love it.
How are you? I'm very well. I'm very well. Now, tell us what's it like day in the life of it's pretty wonderful. It's flexible. I love my late mornings, so I get those. But I get to write during the day. I get to go out with amazing people. And at night go to gigs and sort of my friends as well, see myself. So it's really bliss.
Now, writing is really important to you, isn't it? I mean, you are a singer, a songwriter, and now you've got your first night to go at the Piano Works. Very exciting. Are you a little bit nervous?
Naturally, but to put those butterflies into formation.
Now, you are being mentored at the moment by a very interesting person in the music industry. Tell us a bit about him. You can name him if you want, you don't mind.
At the moment, thanks to the songwriting with me, I met a wonderful writer called Ian Dench at one of the retreats and in October. So we've been working together, trying to find where I fit in the music industry, which is very niche, but the idea is so that anyone would like to listen to it. And he's worked with some incredible people. It's kind of surreal to be honest saying this out loud, but he's written with Beyonce, he's got tracks on her album.
So a big list of people, very mind-blowing. So how does it feel like, obviously, you're an unsigned act now and you're working with somebody who's obviously very credible in the music industry. How does it feel knowing that he's worked with all of those artists, now he's working with you? Is it like, do you feel like you have to try and keep up with him?
I think that's actually the opposite, because the one thing he said is he believed that I had something to offer and that I could give with my sound, and it was just finding the right balance and making sure I stick to who I am, and I didn't have to be anyone else. That's very good. That's the dream.
So what's your particular genre of music that you follow? I mean, I know you mentioned earlier on backstage there that there's a few different genres, isn't there, altogether? It's not just one.
Yeah, it's a little mix. I've kind of compiled it to be indie folk pop. It's a mixture of very, very big genres, but my influences are, Kate Bush, Stevie Nicks, Florence and the Machine, of course, and Ellie Goulding, and it's finding where I fit with those incredibly strong artists.
And how do you think it will pan out after a while once you've done all your songwriting? Are we looking at an album ahead? Are we looking at an EP? What are we looking at for the future?
At the moment, I'm working on an EP with someone I met on another retreat, the Judy Stakey retreat. Incredible.
What is it about these retreats anyway? No, we must go to some. What are they?
One every penny and every moment of my time. I met an incredible producer.
What do you do at the retreats though? I'd like to actually know.
We drink. No, I joke.
It's okay to say that.
Oh no, we write during the day and perform at night. We learn more about the craft itself, getting our confidence with where we fit, how to improve. And the producer I met on that retreat, she's in LA, so it's interesting communicating. She's coming. Amazing. And then from then on, I guess you start.
So you're working with a few people at which is a great thing, isn't it? It's
Collaboration with many
different
people.
collaborations, obviously, worth doing. Now, Brooke on the Street itself investigates how artists, bands really try and work hard to try and promote themselves in the music industry without the help as such from a record label or a publishing deal. And because of the help of social media, blah blah blah, through recent times it's been known for artists to really get ahead more so rather than in the old days when it took a lot longer. We just did an interview with John Lennon's sister fairly recently, and she did actually comment that she felt it was a lot more difficult in her brother's time when John Lennon was trying hard to obviously get that far. I mean, obviously he was one of the biggest bands in the whole world, but of course they didn't have the help of social media. Now, what do you think how it is now? Do you think it's been a lot easier for you because of social media, or do you think it's just the same pace as it was probably in the 60s?
I think each era will have its challenges, but I think pros and cons. I think with social media, you get to reach so many people so quickly if you have the right leverage, if you have the right way of going about it. But of course, if you don't know how to communicate on social media, you don't know techniques, it can be more difficult. But it's, in the old days you get record labels. They had other similar things. So when they found you, they nurtured you, they helped you. Now it's what I've been hearing, because there's so many artists who can sing, so many artists who can write. Competition supposedly has lifted, but I think my opinion is I think there's a waste of opportunity to find the right to do something.
Finding the right place is obviously where you're at the moment, isn't it?
Exactly that.
Yeah,
It's finding the right
finding where you fit in the industry. And now, going back to Brooke on the Street, we're obviously going around the whole of the UK from different venues, outsourcing different nights. Tonight there's an open mic night with a various amount of talent, no doubt, which is starting off at the beginning of the night. Now, if you had the chance to collaborate with anybody on an open mic night, who would that be?
as in anybody.
You can pick anybody you like, any artist.
Alive, dead.
Alive or dead.
I'm doing the parameters here. I've had many questions.
Alive or dead.
I'd have to say Stevie Nicks.
Stevie
Damn,
Nicks from
damn.
Fleetwood Mac. Okay, very good choice. But why Stevie Nicks? Tell us.
When I've seen her perform on videos and on stage, she's got this energy that just and it's so easy to vibe off. And I would love to have this people to vibe off. Because I can just imagine create just jamming, just having ad in it. That's
Now, you've picked a rather older artist. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
23.
You're 23. So to pick somebody of that generation is quite unusual because people of your age don't tend to know acts from that era. Do you think there's been enough really to promote those older legends at this time? I mean, bear in mind Prince has just passed away, we've had the loss of Michael Jackson. Do you think there's been enough really to promote those older artists and music from that generation? Because now we're listening to, because we're doing a lot, we're listening to a lot of current music at the moment, aren't
True.
we?
I agree. I mean,
Let's face it, lots of the radio stations nowadays, they don't play a lot of the older tunes, do they? Exactly. And the new generation now that are being born, do you think there's been enough to really promote some of those older legends?
I think so. I mean, we subconsciously, consciously influenced by them. Some people are even using old songs, making it their own. You Don't Own Me, I'm listening today. Incredible song, one of my favorites. Good film. But the way they've turned it with the level of electricity we use today in production, it's just transformed it, and that takes everyone back to vintage. And I think originality exists to a certain extent. But we always remember. It's always time. It's vintage. That's what vintage is.
Vintage is good.
It is.
Well, you've given me some wonderful answers today. Thank you very much for your time, Elizabeth. And I really do hope you make it successful because you're all doing extremely well. And do come back and Brooke on the Street. Let us know how you're getting on because we want to find out. We're we are doing an actual part 2 interview with the Arcades, and they did a collaboration album with Elton John and Florence Machine, so we're due to interview them soon this week at a summer party, which I'm very much looking forward to. So do keep up with us as well and let us know how you're getting over to that to find out what artists are doing. Thank you very much.
I thought that I've been hurt before, but no one's ever left me quite this. Your words cut deeper than mine. Now I need someone to bring me back to life. Got a feeling that I'm going under, but I know that I'll make it out alive. Calling you my lover. You watch me bleed till I can't breathe, shaking, falling to my knees. Now that without your kisses, I need needing stitches, tripping over myself, begging you to come home. Now that without your kisses, I need needing stitches, 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 stitches. Just like a moth trying to flame. Oh, you lure me and I can't sense the pain. Your bitter heart cold to the touch. And I'm a reap what I sowed. You're seeing red on my heart. Got a feeling that I'm going under, but I know that I'll make it out alive. Calling you my lover. You watch me bleed till I can't breathe, shaking, falling to my knees. Now that I'm without your kisses, I need needing stitches, tripping over myself, begging you to come home. Now without your kisses, I need needing stitches, 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 stitches. Gotta get you out of my head. Feeling the flame, gotta get you out of my head. Something big, I feel it happening out of my control. Pushing, pulling, fingers grabbing me, feel it in my bones.
Can we just take a cab, Blair? This
No.
is ridiculous.
No, I called Jeeves. Jeeves did not arrive when I asked him to arrive. I'm absolutely disgusted. I am not placing my feet on anything other than the train in at least the next 5 minutes.
There is black cabs all over London. We don't need to go and sit on a train with all the other normal people. We need to just take a cab.
I am not walking around the streets of London with the dusk walking through my skin. I have put at least Prada, 2 layers of Prada skin care on this evening. I am not spoiling that. I'm sitting on the train, relaxing. That's the way it is.
But I've got all of this to take back with me. I really don't want to do this.
Well, you can do with the
Oh,
exercise. That is the way it is,
And my
Brooke.
feet are killing me. My Manolo Blahniks. I just want to go home.
No, I want to go home and absolutely put my feet on with a Dom Perignon, a cigar, and that's the way it is. We are going now, instantly. You either come with me or I leave you like it did 10 years ago and allow you to come back into my life. That's the way it is.
Oh, Blair. I tell you what, I'll take a cab. You can take the train.
You go. Go now. Go.
Where are we we going?
No, it's your fault. We went this way, but then we came back this way, and we need to go that way.
Blair, I've told you before, it's this way, not that way.
It's not that way, it's that way. I said that earlier on, and you did not listen. You need to open up your ear holes, darling.
Can't we just take a cab?
No, we do not take cabs. We will call Jeeves.
Look, there's a black cab that just went there now.
We do not take black cabs. We will call Jeeves. Give me the phone. I will call him. I am not getting in one of those vulgar things.
What's wrong with the black cab?
There's dirt and there's chewing gums and some sort of other stuff in there. I'm not. No. We're not going. We're not going.
I'm here now with Dan Olsen outside the Piano Works in Farringdon. Hello, Dan. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Now, you know, one of our questions we always ask, Amanda always gets us to ask, is what is it like in the day in the life of Dan Olsen?
Well, it is full of thinking. It's writing songs. I feel like it's writing songs that you have to start with a song. It's all about the song. That's like the foundation. If you don't have good songs, or should I say, if you don't have amazing songs, and there's sort of nothing to work from, that is the foundation. And then there are other things like, if you got the song, okay, so you're a songwriter and you got that going for you, then you look at the next thing, which is getting out to people.
So you spend a lot of time songwriting. So we just interviewed Elizabeth and she said the same thing. How much of your time do you spend songwriting?
I would say, on average, I would say around 3 hours a day. And I wish it would be more. But the thing is that there's so many things that you don't have to. Well, when you're on your own, I think there's a lot of things you have to do. Like, it was going to lead me to the next two things, which are promoting yourself. One of them is performing, and the other thing is doing social media. And I think you sort of have to do that almost 50-50. You wouldn't believe there's 50% of social media. It's so important to have a social media presence. You're very active on social media. So that is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's huge now. So, and that's also keeping yourself updated.
So you've been tweeting and you've been snapping all day?
I have, in fact, yeah. I've spent at least 2 hours a day on social media.
Well, this question is important because we just mentioned to Elizabeth, we just did an interview with John Lennon's sister, which was very important to us, and she did make it clear to us that in the days when John Lennon was just making it, obviously social media wasn't around.
John Lennon?
John Lennon,
Okay.
just from the Beatles.
Yeah.
When John Lennon made it, obviously social media wasn't around then, and to make it big in those days, you had to go out and do a gig,
Yeah.
you had to go out and busk, so you got seen by the right person, from the record label. Now, obviously now it's different, you have to send out an MP3, you send out a link, you know. Do you think it's harder now these days to get noticed by a record label?
I think it's not as easy to get noticed. I think there's always there's a plus element. I think back then maybe it was easier to earn money from music. It wasn't, not everyone was doing it like it is today. It seems like everyone was doing it. And you could earn more for it, and people were willing to pay for it compared to today where people just stream it for free. So you ask yourself, okay, so where does the money come from? So you look into advertising, but that's another talk. But I think you can't really compare them. Of course you can compare them, but you can't really say which one. I wish I would have been a musician back then, or vice versa. So you just have to work with what you got. You have to keep yourself updated. Okay, how is social media working today? What's new? And how do I get myself noticed? Is a record what I really want?
Do you want a record deal? Is it important to you, or is it just important for you to get yourself known and get your music out there?
I think you have to start with making yourself known and getting your music out there, and I think that's what you want to create. You want to create it on your own. You want to make it happen, because once you believe in yourself and you make it happen on all these fronts, you know, writing songs, doing social media, gigging, doing your own website, and looking like a pro. Once you do all of that, people are going to see, this guy's happy for himself. Let's invest in him, you know. in this musician or her. So I think you have to believe in yourself first, because if you believe in yourself first, you make it happen, then people will automatically come, will be attracted. But to answer your question, a record deal, I think a record deal is not just a record deal, it depends on what the record deal looks like.
Okay, so would you like to have a certain amount of control over what you do?
That's exactly it.
Yeah. So you'd like to, because Brooke on the Street is about organic music. Okay, so it's about organic music, and it's going out there as an artist and just playing for the love of it. You know, being original for the love of it. So going back to what it's really all about, the roots. So do you really want a record deal for fame, or do you want to just be out there and be heard because you love music?
It starts with passion, I would say. And so I want my music to get out to those people connected with music. So that's the main thing, and be able to make a living from it. So that's what I want to do. So that's the dream scenario.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, and
You're living
I'm
the
making
dream
it happen now.
Exactly. You're
The only
living
thing
that
I'm doing is
dream.
music, but you have to be willing to do it 24/7.
Now you've always done some great shows. I think, have you done something now with this book, Elton John as well?
That was amazing.
Yeah. How was that? Was that amazing?
It was amazing. We had a big crowd. There's nothing better than that. Thousands of people. It's huge. So it was very hard.
Are you hoping to get chances like that again?
Yeah, sure.
That's one of your fans.
That wasn't my fan, my biggest fan, my only one.
That's a
biggest
fan. Well, look, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for today, and we're looking forward to hearing you sing. Now, you might be singing tonight, you're not sure.
Well, I'm half organised for tonight, so depending on this, but crazy.
Or perhaps we'll catch you another night when you are singing. But of course, we'll send links on Brooke on the Street's website for your website so people can hear your music as well. So thank you very much for your time. And obviously keep up to date with Brooke on the Street, and we'll love to interview you again at some point to find out how you're getting on with your organic music on your own. Thank you very much.
I've been looking everywhere for him. Down there. I love it. I love it. You've been doing this. I love it. Oh, fantastic. I should. I'm a fantastic yoga. I pay him at least £2,000 an hour to make this happen. This is venture. Fantastic. You look fabulous, right? I love it. It's fantastic.
El árbitro no, hay que decirlo porque muchas veces
Jeeves? Are you Jeeves? Are you Jeeves? I've called Jeeves. No? Oh. Well, when you see Jeeves, tell him I'm very disappointed with him. Absolutely disgusting. Have you seen Jeeves? I've lost Jeeves. Jeeves. Listen, Jeeves. I've lost him. Absolutely lost him.